Good afternoon. I am Colonel Billy Wilson, the commander of basic military training. I'm glad we had this opportunity to have a discussion. So, why are you here? I will tell you that you are here to train both your body and your mind.
Be better every day. Be better.
You are here to train your body and your mind. Not one or the other, both. I often ask new recruits, why the Air Force? And I often get, well, I want to be part of an institution. I want to be part of something that is larger than myself.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
There will be stress. It will be stressful. And I will tell you that it is stressful by design. So the question remains, when you start feeling stressed out, what are you going to do? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? I expect you to respond to the demands that are being placed upon you, pushing you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to grow, because that's why you're here. You're here to be transformed from what you were to what you need to be, to what your nation needs you to be. Each and every one of you will earn your place here. This will not be given to you. And as you earn your place here and head toward graduation day, having earned it, you will have a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. And it will be meaningful to you. And as you depart this place, you will be proud of what you've accomplished.
At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Jackson.
If you are so willing, please join me in prayer. Sovereign and holy God, we are here today, together in celebration. We celebrate this, a transition of seasons. We celebrate this, a moment of triumph. With these graduates today, a closing of a chapter happens and an opening of a new one begins. Surrounded by these, their loved ones and supporters, those who have invested them into this great service, we together are humbled by and ultimately your grace and mercy. They have made it. So now I bless these graduates today. I pray your rich mercies be poured out upon them as they embark on their next endeavors. Direct their steps. May they lead with integrity, serve with dignity, and live with purpose wherever they find themselves. Sovereign God, it is to you be glory, power, might, and strength forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning. On behalf of the 37th Training Wing, we would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, 737th Training Group, Colonel Billy Wilson, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 737th Training Group, Chief Master Sergeant Whitfield Jack reviewing official, the Deputy Commander, Space Training and Readiness Command, Brigadier General Matthew Cantore. The Command Chief, Special Warfare Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant William Kelly, accompanied by his wife, Angela. Also in attendance with us today, Chief Master Sergeant of the Space Force, John Bentaviena. The Individual Mobilization Augmentee to the 37th Training Wing Commander, Colonel Jennifer Anderson. Representing the 37th Training Wing, Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Brittany Trujillo. United States Air Force retired General Lance Lord. The Deputy Assistant Secretary for Acquisitions, United States Department of Health and Human Services, Mr. Anthony Crom, accompanied by his wife, Teresa. The Deputy Commander, Air Force Recruiting Service, Brigadier General Craig McPike. The Command Senior Enlisted Leader, Space Training and Readiness Command, Chief Master Sergeant Carmen Monique Poe. The Commander, Delta One, Colonel Charlie Norsky, accompanied by his wife, Jessica. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Delta One, Chief Master Sergeant Paul Norris. The Deputy Commander, Special Warfare Training Wing, Colonel Roger Genrich. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to today's ceremony, we would like to recognize our newest military training instructors. These instructors have undergone a rigorous 5-month training pathway comprised of formal academic classes and task qualification requirements. They have earned the distinct honor of donning the dark blue campaign hat. From the 320th Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Timothy Hostetler. From the 321st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Nicholas Moat. From the 321st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Taylor Funk. From the 326th Training Squadron, Technical Sergeant April Ballard. From the 326th Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Megan Thomas Aguilar. From the 326th Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Kiara Reed. At this time, we ask all military training instructors, past and present, to stand in a sign of unity as our newest instructors recite the MTI pledge. The military training instructor hat that I wear. The dark blue campaign hat these instructors received today has been the symbol of the MTI Corps since 1974. These instructors will carry on the traditions and esprit de corps of the United States Air Force as they pass on their knowledge to our newest generation of airmen. Our Commander of Troops is Staff Sergeant Isley Baggett. Brigadier General Matthew Cantore will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with a foundation rooted in the Department of the Air Force's one team, one fight mantra. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure that they are trained, qualified, and mission ready for the great power competition. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of musical honors. Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, I present the command.
March the command in review.
Now, toward earth, post. Now, change post, perch. Yes, first quadrant. Order earth. Yes, perch.
The graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 42,000 men and women who will complete the Department of the Air Force's basic military training this year. The 737th Training Group and Space Delta One provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force and Space Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the Airmen and Guardians. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the enlisted heroes wall. The men and women recognized on the pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Armed Forces during conflicts across the globe. Their decorations include 9 Medals of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now, passing in review, from the 322nd Training Squadron, the Commander of Troops, Staff Sergeant Isley Baggett, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Newport, North Carolina. From the 324th Training Squadron, A Squadron Staff, led by Staff Sergeant Marcus Bronsted, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Cameron, Wisconsin. From the 320th Training Squadron, Light 189, led by Staff Sergeant Timothy Hostetler, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Bastrop, Texas. Flight 190, led by Technical Sergeant Carlton Eugene, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Union, New Jersey. Flight 191, led by Technical Sergeant Brittany Davis, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Gainesville, Florida. From the 321st Training Squadron, Flight 192, led by Staff Sergeant Nicholas Moat, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Prattville, Alabama. Flight 193, led by Staff Sergeant Taylor Funk, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Henniker, New Hampshire. Flight 194, led by Technical Sergeant Jacob Rowe, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Warren, Ohio. Norm Excellence Flight, Flight 195, led by Master Sergeant Ryan Stinner, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Fort Worth, Texas. From the 326th Training Squadron, Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 196, led by Staff Sergeant Myron Little, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Gainesville, Alabama. Flight 197, led by Technical Sergeant April Ballard, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Lapeer, Michigan. From the 326th Training Squadron, the Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Alexander Felton, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Mount Iron, Minnesota. From the 331st Training Squadron, the Flag Mast, Flights 200 and 201, led by Technical Sergeant Brandon Hart, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. From the 323rd Training Squadron, B Squadron Staff, led by Technical Sergeant LaShannon, 6th Brigade, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hoop, Arizona. From the 326th Training Squadron, PT Excellence Flight, Flight 198, led by Staff Sergeant Megan Thomas Aguilar, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Covina, California. Flight 199, led by Staff Sergeant Kiara Reed, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Albany, New York. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 202, led by Staff Sergeant Michael Schulz, Military Training Instructor, hometown, New Milford, Connecticut. Flight 203, led by Technical Sergeant Brady Dell, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Beatrice, Nebraska. From the 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Flight 204, led by Technical Sergeant Darren Concepcion, Military Training Instructor, hometown, San Francisco, California. Flight 205, led by Sergeant Mallory Pivato, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Dorm Excellence Flight and Pacer Forge Excellence Flight, Flight 206, led by Technical Sergeant Bailey White, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song and Space Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the Airmen from the 321st Trainee Squadron, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Matthew Zettelmoyer, Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown, Augusta, Georgia. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort demonstrate commitment and teamwork. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguished themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional integrity, service before self, and excellence, combined with character, commitment, connectivity, and courage they displayed throughout basic military training, earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to reflect on our establishment. The United States Air Force was born with the passage of the National Security Act on September 18, 1947. Since then, anytime and anywhere America and its allies have needed air power, airmen have answered the call. Innovation is our heritage. It is an integral part of how we train and deploy our force. Through this innovation, the United States Space Force was established. On December 20th, 2019, the National Defense Authorization Act was signed into law, creating the first new branch of the armed services since 1947. This establishment of the Space Force resulted from widespread recognition that space is a national security imperative. Today, with a legacy of excellence and a spirit of courage, we work to develop mission-ready airmen and guardians in the context of the great power competition. With the support of the American people, our Airmen and Guardians are ready to meet these challenges by following the example of those who came before us. In short, by innovating, accelerating, and thriving as we move into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Kelly will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, can you hear me? Man, it must be an early morning. I know you had a couple early mornings, but can you hear me? All right, well, welcome. Good morning and welcome. Honored to be with all the families here today. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with our nation's most valued treasure, your loved ones. Your support pushed these Airmen and Guardians to complete basic military training and join the world's greatest air and space forces. I just need to thank you again for your support and your trust. Truly, I mean that. It's my greatest honor to introduce these Airmen and Guardians. How about a round of applause for them, huh? I don't come from a military family, but this is family business. Welcome to the family. I truly mean that. Somewhere in this formation, my own flesh and blood, my daughter, Specialist 1, Kelly, is amongst your loved ones as well, graduating today. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. But like I said, she's standing next to your loved ones. And when I said welcome to the family, I mean it. This life is also a team sport. I'd like to take a second to recognize the instructors. Their leadership is why we're able to graduate these Airmen and Guardians today. Please, give me a hearty round of applause for them. In this enterprise, this training enterprise, we consider the instructors the center of gravity. Airmen and Guardians. Today marks the beginning of your journey in military service. We are absolutely excited for you. Be excited. To assist you on this journey, I will share with you 3 guiding principles. These principles have served me well over the years, and I believe they'll do the same for you. First, do what's right, not what's easy. Second, do what's needed before it's needed. And third, every day in should support your first day out. So, my first, do what's right, not what's easy. Uphold your integrity. Always choose the ethical and moral path. This is what sets us apart from our nation's adversaries. Whether Airman or Guardian, we have something in common. Our family name is on the front of our service code. Do not jeopardize your family name. You're a part of something bigger and greater now. 7.5 weeks, you've been learning the basics of standards. Don't lose them overnight. They are the foundation of everything we do. And they will support and guide you in years to come. So do what's needed before it's needed. Be proactive. Anticipate challenges. Prepare daily to minimize surprises. You only have today until it happens. Be ready for it. Take the initiative. A stripe does not make a leader. You see a problem, go out there and fix it. That's what we expect of you. And every day in should support your first day out. Whether 4, 6, 20, 30 years, it does not matter. Even I will someday have to put my things in a box and get on that train. So seize and embrace every opportunity that this service will provide you. Develop your skills and invest in your development. I'd like to pass on a couple focus areas. First being people and teamwork. Success in this business is built on unity and purpose. Remain focused on it. Why did you volunteer to join the U.S. military? What brought you to that point in your life? Keep that close. And remember to have fun. I will promise you, it's not always fun. But when it's fun, it's dang fun. Enjoy it. On behalf of General Cantore and myself, again, congratulations on this milestone. I will see you on the trail. Now, I just have one question for you. Are you prepared to join the ranks of the world's greatest air and space forces? I think they're ready.
Thank you, Chief Master Sergeant Kelly. Please stand as Brigadier General Cantore will now administer the Oath of Enlistment. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
Will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your full name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brigadier General Cantore. Please remain standing while our graduating airmen recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, win. I am faithful to our proud heritage, especially the honor and the legacy of Lackland. I am an American Airman. Armed with freedom and justice. I take a sword and shield. And this is the victory. I am my truth in my life. I am an American Airman. We can lead the warrior.
As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass. As a reminder, the flights are positioned as viewed from the bleachers to the left of the reviewing stands. Flight 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, and to the right of the reviewing stand, flights 198, 199, 202, 203, 204, 205, and 206. Please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town pass ends at 1800 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy areas. For your safety, we also ask that you refrain from climbing the guardrails and only use the stairs to exit the bleachers. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas.